Basically, this is evidence 35, and Scripture Central is pointing out the correlations between the Olmec society and the Jaredites. For those of you who don't know, the Olmecs lived before the Mayans in Mexico, and that is about 1500 BC to about 400 BC. The timelines match up perfectly. So the Jaredites were destroyed about 400 BC. It also happens that the Olmecs were destroyed about 400 BC. Some details, besides that well-known timeline, in Scripture Central, they point out that there is a lack of mention of the furnaces or smelting operations. They point to the Olmec ruins, and we have here what they're calling a hematite mirror, but you can tell it's clearly not overly refined or processed. It's basically raw material that's been worked. And then also we've got this figurine that is also unprocessed metal. However, I want to go one step further and read in Ether 1023 that it looks like this is being performed at an industrial level and all manner of trafficking. So we actually see that with these beads. So these were found in several caches near palace ruins. So we don't really know what they're for because they're not in tombs. It's not like they were jewelry either. They seem to have 3 holes total, as you can see, each perpendicular to each other. There were over 8 tons found in one cache, so definitely industrial scale. The material is called ilmenite. Ilmenite is mostly iron and titanium. Apparently quartz could scratch it, so the authors of other articles were thinking if you had wood and quartz sand and spent several hours, you could get one of these holes. So, I mean, there's hundreds of thousands of these beads. So you can imagine how big of an operation this was. And what's the point of these beads? Most of them are magnetic, but the holes don't necessarily align with the magnetic fields. But as far as I know, no one knows what they're used for. This cache was discovered by Yale archaeologists in the 1960s. And since then, no one's ever figured it out. As far as could they be money, the Olmecs did use bartering, but other goods. So what you have here is maybe a state-controlled resource. Perhaps it could be like armor. There are several Olmec carved heads, and it appears in one of these that the person is wearing a head covering made out of these. But one YouTuber points out that a head covering with these beads would be 30 pounds. So they're pretty heavy, pretty dense. The text mentions all manner of tools. If you did make armor out of this, it would be harder than obsidian. Overall, what we have here is evidence of metalworks at an industrial scale, as well as trafficking about the time period that the Book of Mormon is claiming, coming from sites over 200 kilometers away. What I really like about one of these verses is that it shows that they were taught from on high. So that's what this teaches me about God and God's interactions with people. Jaredites left from maybe the Bronze Age or the Copper Age, didn't know any about these things, but clearly when they get here, the text says they were taught from on high. And so I think God's always going to inspire people to teach them new things.